So, hey, Christian, and thank you very much for joining our session today. We welcome you in our group. And first of all, I will tell you we have a community of almost 30,000 passionate people who are selling on Amazon or providing services on Amazon. We ourselves sell on Amazon, and we have a company, a training company, e-commerce. This is a platform here, and we are also providing some services too. So, Christian, first of all, we would like to know from where you are and a little intro of you.
Yeah, hello and welcome to that cool group and that session of Ecomist. My name is Christian Otto Kelm from Analyze. I'm working on Amazon since 9 years. I think that's quite a while. I've started with a vendor in consumer electronics and for smartphone accessories, but also gaming industry. And I managed the vendor and the portfolio management Europe-wide. After 2 years, I joined an agency, one of the first big Amazon agencies, at the moment known as Factor A, part of Debt. So there was a big exit and all that stuff around that. After then, I joined one of the biggest sellers worldwide, KW Commerce, now known as Seller X. And after that, I spent my time as a typical consultant, as you're doing, when you want to have more time for you and want to give your knowledge back to other sellers. And now, since 4 years, I'm vice president product of Analyze, and we are a software as a service, a tool provider to help you, especially to save time and find relevant information to optimize your listings, your images, and get more data about your competitors or over the whole categories, marketplaces.
Okay, right. So you are providing services now, right, for all type of Amazon services, or only regarding these competitor analysis or listing optimizations, or you do PPCs and product hunting also?
No, we are only typical SaaS, software as a service. That means we are only giving you data. You are handling that stuff by yourself. You can build up your complete listing with our listing builder. You can completely analyze different products or clusters of products. And then you have to manage your products and you get your stuff done by your own. We are not a service provider. We are a data provider.
Right.
So are you providing
So
any consultancy services, as you mentioned earlier, that you provide consultancy?
Yeah, we are working with a few big aggregators, for example, but also big brands and vendors and sellers. But that is not our main fundament of working. We are focusing on the tool and the extension.
right.
All right.
Yes.
So I've got a question for you. Can you please elaborate what's the difference between SEO and SEA for our audience?
Yeah, well, that is one of the biggest mistakes I've seen all the years when it comes to Amazon. Search engine optimization is one of the absolute fundamental basements when you want to build up a brand or you want to sell products on Amazon. That is the basic scenario. You have to make sure you understand the necessary of being shown to different search terms, search phrases, keywords, the customers entering into the search field. You have to make sure you've got a relevance for that terms the customer is searching for. When a normal term is missing, you have problems to be shown under a SERP, search engine result pages. And with that factors, with that basement, you can build up your SEA, search engine advertising, normally PPC strategies. Of course, when you read through the FAQs and all the definitions Amazon is offering us, you will directly see how important the relevance of a keyword that is in your product listing somewhere, back end, front end, is to be placed as a good advertisement with Amazon PPC. So it's connected directly together, but it is based on each other, and SEO is the beginning, is the basement of all your followed strategies.
Right.
All right. I think so. You mentioned this, but can you repeat it again? What value does Amelize provide to its customers?
Yeah, what the
The
idea
software.
is, in the normal situation, you have the problem of finding relevant keywords. Okay, you have a good
Yeah.
idea for a
Yeah.
good product, you have figured it out, and you're seeing the product is making sales. But the problem is, where are the sales coming from? There are a lot of advertising strategies with newsletters, ManyChat, YouTube, influencers, where you can direct your customer directly on your listing and you will generate sales. And in the normal tool, you will see, okay, that product is making sales. That should be a good niche for me. I will copy that too. But you have to think about where the sales can or should come from. And so we have developed a reverse engineered situation for that, to analyze where the organic sales, for example, are coming from for that listing, where the sales are appeared under specific search and search intents, not only based on search volume. We are talking about the real organic revenue share, for example. And that is the situation we can help directly. It doesn't matter which products. We have over 3 billion, yes, billion, no German English translation mistake, 3 billion listings in our tracking, and over 120 million different search terms. So we have a lot of data. And with that ideas of going backwards and do it reverse, looking for organic sales, you have much more easier understanding of how to optimize your products in conditions of keywords and naming of, for example, title, and on the other side, on which features, patterns, functions, different colors, or what else you're looking on. You have to optimize your images for and your enhanced brand content.
Right.
All right. So, how many marketplaces is Amelize available in?
Analyze, we are working only on Amazon.com, Germany, Spain, France, UK, and Italy. From Amazon data, we know it these are the highest relevant marketplaces, and also for our clients. Japan is missing, but there is a problem everybody is facing with letters and so on. We have our marketplaces like Poland, India, Sweden, Egypt, Netherlands, Mexico, Canada, Australia. We are not big enough. Nobody wants to pay money to have data for marketplace where we're not making sales on.
All right.
Right.
So,
So you do the keyword research in the relevant language, like if it's in Germany, so in German language, if in Canada, so in English language, or there is some type of mechanism, so doing research in one language and changing it to another.
So translating is a never opportunity. That is one of the most relevant information, I think. On the other side, as you mentioned, Canada, you need to understand that the Canadian English differs a bit, but has also high influences of French language. Also, if we're talking about Amazon.com, Spanish, Mexican, Hispanic languages, also a German share of search terms. We are not judging keyword or search term by the language. We are just judging it by the data. And when you're optimizing a patio share, for example, in the United States or in Germany, and there are English search terms, then you need to understand that, yes, of course, there are customers also looking for English search term, and then you have to judge if you need it in your listing or not. You have to prioritize it. That's the idea behind data, of course. Data have better idea than translation.
Right.
So, do you have any tips for us? Because as you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of data that Amelize provides. So, how to utilize that data? For example, for Amazon PPC, like for product targeting, keyword targeting. Do you have any tips for us?
Yeah, if you want, I can directly show you live. I've prepared a few
Okay.
products
Okay.
where we can go through it in less than 5 minutes. Of course, as you mentioned, a lot of data, but in the work process, you will seeing it's only, click here. Oh, the results are here. Copy that, download it, and get rid of your problems.
Right.
So if you're interested, I can just share my screen. And we can directly go into the solutions. From the huge amount of data, there comes a lot of solutions, and that is the idea behind it. So what we are seeing here, of course, Amazon.com, everybody knows the Amazon pages. It's a product detail page directly. We are seeing a product with 5 variations. And what we have built it up is the sales share, as you can see it directly here. That sales share is based on sales data, not on the number of reviews. Of course, number of reviews, you can achieve them years and years before, but doesn't make any sense to judge a product and a variation by the number of reviews. Of course, it's historical, absolutely wrong to use that data. If you go on other products, you can directly see which variation is making most of the sales. That is quite good, but it will not solve the problems immediately. But it's nice to understand, I have to focus on that product and not on that product in terms of colors, functions, or so. And as you're seeing, it's getting really, really complicated when we're talking about a bed sheet with hundreds of colors and sizes. You have that data here. But now that is only the extension. We want to see the easy ways of using it directly in a tool. So extension, quite good for short introduction into, that variation should be working better than the other variation. But when it comes to details, let's go and figuring out where the sales are coming from and how easy it is to use. First, of course, you have to choose the marketplace. You can enter a keyword. Of course, you're seeing nearly 1,500 different keywords with patio share in it. We are not judging the keywords by itself. Of course, we don't know the SERPs behind it. And now it becomes interesting. Just click on the keywords. You can find a few datas, but we are interested in keyword rankings. And now it's really easy. We are focusing on 2 patio shares with no cool functions like here. If you're not seeing it, you can click on it. You will see the listings, the data. We want to judge just that products with 2 chairs, maybe a little additional table to it. You can take the same price range. For example, now I'm not figuring on that especially, but just a few products. And now you can open directly the sales share in the tool. You don't have to go back to Amazon. I really like that. If you want, you can activate the variations, or you can change if you want the different situations. But what you see at the end is always the same pie chart diagram. You're seeing which product is making sales and which products are not making sales. Okay, with that number of products, you can get rid of them, less than 1% of sales, of revenue, and you understand the data and the surroundings of your marketplace much more better. You can do that also on category level, but that's not the problem right now. Now after that, we will go into the relevant part of reverse lookup. Of course, we have figured out our relevant ASINs, 2 patio shares with a little table for it. And the interesting part from my point of view, we have analyzed brand analytics years before. And brand analytics has always shown the real deal behind it. As higher the search volume is, as lower the click rates and revenue share of the 3 most clicked ASINs are. So the problem here is, just to make sure everybody understands, I will make a screenshot for it. Search volume optimization will only bring us 90% of the revenue with only 21 keywords. Everybody is focusing on them, but the products we have had a look on. Make where revenue, let's see, 75% of revenue is coming from that 181 keywords. And just to make sure everybody sees the differences, we are now talking about 181 keywords, 50% of search volume, here 13% of search volume, 21 keywords, 181, but not 19% of revenue share. We are focusing on 75% of revenue share. What we have done so far, we have written a quite good scientific article about it. If you are normally optimizing on search volume, you will only optimize up to 50% of revenue. Of course, by the long tail. Everybody knows about the long tail, but nobody knows how to focus on it. You can see directly here, revenue share. You can just sort for it or setting filters or building up more data behind all that columns, of course, or just download the complete column with the information on it. The information means ASIN and keywords. It's relevant for PPC because PPC is nothing else than setting your ads on ASINs or keywords. That makes it so easy for me. And if we are talking about focus and more details, it's becoming interesting right now. Of course, now we know the words and we have to work with the words on and on and on. So what we have built it up is a special explorer where you can build up your lists by your own, and you can now work with that data in a new database. What I've done before, I've built up a list, Ecomist list. All of the keywords are now on that list. And now we can go back. We're seeing a lot of little tools, but we only want to go into the database and import that list. Now you see a few duplicates, but we will only show the data that are unique in that situation. The 181 keywords plus 80 keywords that were on the list before. Of course, I have to do that example quite a session hour before to make sure everything is working. And you're seeing buying power. I really, really like that. Of course, highest search volume, lowest buying power. As I said, brand analytics is telling the truth. Amazon tools are showing that since years. It's not the search volume you need to look for. But the problem is how can I understand that data? Which column I have to focus on? No problem at all. Just change it, for example, for significant words. We split all the search terms into the words and count them and show you, of course, Patio shares number one, and it's also called furniture. Everybody is now, oh yes, of course, but maybe you will forget that simple word like furniture and you use it outdoor. Of course, you're using it outdoor. Maybe the material is weaker and you can place it on the balcony, but I really don't like that, and that's the reason why we have developed entities. Entities make it possible to cluster your keywords of your given data directly into relevant parts like audiences, standalone products, locations where I want to use my patio share, apartment, balcony, bistro, near the door, outside in the garden, outdoor, outside, on the patio, on the porch. Which material is relevant? Yeah, plastic, resin, both nearly the same. Rattan, wicker, we have talked about it. And they should be stackable. That is maybe one of the relevant parts. And I'm buying them typically with start of spring. That is only the data for the products we have done a reverse lookup for. If you want to have it really, really hardcore, just reset, patio share, you can enter whatever you want, and you start a new number, and now you will find all the data. Directly split it into the entities. And if you're not understanding what that means is if you're going back to the database, we are only changing our perspective, our point of view, the same data. You know it, 1,500 search terms, keywords. We have talked about it at the beginning as I entered patio chairs. You're seeing the same number here. And now we can just change our view on the data. Depends on what we are looking on. And it's really interesting. I don't sell cushions. Cushions are interesting if we're talking about product portfolio management. Cushions should be a thing you have to look on. But we want to get rid of cushions. And what you're seeing now is, okay, more words are getting erased. Yes, that words were combined to the search term where cushions were in it. So were not relevant. No cushion. And maybe
That's
we are
an
not.
amazing thing, really.
That is directly negative SEO. Our
Yeah.
idea behind it was, in our years of working with partners, we have always seen the biggest problem of SEO. Which word should I use? And we have flipped that problem. We have said, okay, you are selling patio chairs. You are in it. You know it's a furniture. You know to place it on a balcony, on a patio. But you're not knowing all the synonyms the customer maybe is looking for. But what you're knowing is you're not selling cushions. You're not selling a cushion. So get rid of it. And if your product is not waterproof, get rid of it. And if you don't have any outdoor functions or you're not looking for it, get rid of it. And all the other parts that are connected in a search term, that means patio, chair, outdoor, and let's see, seated. It doesn't make any sense, but just for example, if you're getting rid of outdoor, you will directly get rid of seated. And that is the idea behind negative SEO. And with that database, you can, of course, change your point of view. And the data are going with you. Of course, your decisions are still in there. And you only have that keywords and entities left. And you will directly find the relevant parts where you want to focus on in your textual situation, but also if it comes to images, also if it comes to, as we said, specific portfolio features. For example, adjustable. Adjustable is just a word, but if you're thinking more about it, you need an image for it. What means adjustable in the height, in the back leaning, or whatever it is. And if it is foldable, it just is adjustable, another naming for it. Yeah. You also need a picture for stackable. If you have a non-foldable chair, it should be stackable. I haven't seen any pictures of a set of 4 patio chairs where you can see it's directly stackable. You only need one cover for it, and the placement for 1 chair and 4 chairs is the same. It's saving space on your balcony, and every customer will directly understand what you are showing them, and you can directly build up really, really good content from that idea on. And that's the reason why we have built it up, that entity system, and as I said, the negative SEO. So you can directly work with your understanding of, I don't know what the customer is saying instead of patio chair, but I really know what I am not. I'm not out of aluminium. I'm not of metal. Of course, I'm made from plastic, or I'm wooden. Yeah. And I really, really like that idea. And it's helping a lot of sellers to understand the mechanisms and to understand the customer language much more easier. And we are not overfloating our customers with data. You have seen a few charts, columns. Okay, yes, there's data in it. But we are more focusing on the end of a process, writing a listing quite easily, getting rid of problems of keyword searching and all that stuff. Of course, you can focus directly from a SERP, as we have seen it in the tool. We have worked backwards. We are going in the SERP, only clicked on the relevant ASINs, which are typical to our product, 2 patio chairs, 1 table, a set of 3, and then we are looking where they are making sales, organic sales behavior, and then we can build up our product directly from that idea as we have only focused on that specific idea of
That's
product
great.
optimization.
That's awesome. Brilliant.
That's really awesome.
So,
It was
yeah,
really awesome tool, I will say, because it's doing everything for us in just one click.
yeah,
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 that's the idea at the end, of course. Of course, it's absolutely necessary to understand that everybody wants to set up a cool listing, but don't waste time. Of course, waste of time is waste of time to market. And one of the
yeah,
critical issues in Amazon history is time to market. You have that idea, we free. Everybody of us have that idea. We are starting from scratch, calling our product sourcing management, and everybody is starting at the same time. We are on the same ship, the same container delivered to Amazon, but you're taking 7 days to optimize your listing, and I only used 5 minutes. So time to market, and that is a problem. On the other side, PPC. PPC is based on relevance, really customer relevance, customer orientated relevance. And so you are not going for the keyword patio shares. It has the highest search volume. Yes, it has, but nobody is purchasing a product under that search term. They are looking for a
yeah,
specific product, don't find the perfect fit, and they start to filter on the left, or they are adjusting their keywords, go more deeper, long taily, and then they are starting the purchase with the new Amazon tools, what they are called Product Opportunity Explorer
yeah,
and
yeah.
Catalog Manager.
Category insights.
You're seeing all that stuff detailed, and so it's no imaginary stuff I'm talking about. We are talking about real Amazon science behind it.
Great. So,
Right.
how does the pricing works if I'm interested in using Analyze? So, what does it cost?
No, just a second. To make it easy, 14 weeks, 14 weeks, 14 days, absolutely free. For 14
All
days,
right.
you can use it directly and with a specific number of usages, but you're absolutely into it. 14 days, you're free. After that, we give a little discount for the first month. You can use it by your own. And there's also a free plan. Free plan means you have no usages per day. So after 13 days, it will switch to no usages, but in a free plan. Of course, what we have seen over all the years is the problem of a tool and how to adjust the tool for every possible user. So what we have built it up is a specific function that you can build your tool by your own. If you're focusing on listing building, listing builder, building
All
up
right.
content, you can just only click on them and only buy content. If you're looking for keyword optimization, you can buy more usages per day only in that specific scenario. On the other side, the normal plan, solopreneur, 49 euro, professional 150 euro, corporate 250, enterprise 350, and if you go to yearly, of course, you get 3 months of save, of discount, and you can build up your situation as you want. And that is what I really like, because we have a lot of people that just want to look for keywords and optimize their
Yeah.
stuff by their own, or only want to look for keywords and ASINs for PPC. They don't need all that specific monitoring tools, sales share, optimization, or category insights, all that stuff. We don't need it. So they can build up their tool by their self, and can be more focused on the features they are really, really into it. So we have a normal solution, as I said, starting from
Okay. So
49.
I need to ask that if I'm using the professional plan, how many users can users share those credentials, or is it limit to one person?
Yeah, the users are coming from corporate. Corporate, you have 2 users, enterprise 5 users. But as I said, you can build your plan as you want. If you have 10 or 15 or 28 users, you can buy more users. You're just entering a number, 25 users, when you have to pay monthly 199 euro, and you can use it with 225 different accounts, 50 users, 100 users, 10 users. You can adjust every plan as you want. That is one of the benefits and features I really like when it comes to paying with Analyze.
So does Analyze provide any reports of all these data, like an Excel sheet?
You can, well, different situations. As I said, we have that specific Explorer. So we have built up an Excel function by our own in our tool. So you don't need to download anything. You can just add to a list and then go with that list to the keyword builder, for example, and you can exclude the lists of specific brand names. You're building up that list directly in our tool. It's much more easier than to set it up in your own computer. Course, what we are focusing on is you're using the flat file of Amazon, give it to us. You can fill it with an own UI. You can enter all relevant value data. You can build up the complete listing with a specific function for the title. For example, we are offering a preview of a title, which depends on device, mobile device, desktop device, 4 rows, 2 rows, where the title is cutted. So you can write your title not only SEO optimized, you can write your title device optimized. Of course, what the customer cannot see, the customer cannot understand and cannot click. Just a few seconds, if you want, I have one example directly here. Everybody maybe understands, and then we will go back to the main question. Here, what I've done is I have copied LED stripe light title in it. You're seeing it down here. Desktop list view, desktop grid view. We all know that specific title structures Amazon is using. And when we are now saying the 100 feet, we are, and the RGB, we are really hard. RGB, 2 rows, 50 feet, 100 feet. We are setting that at the end. No customer will see that amount of the length of a product we are offering at the end. One of the most relevant SEO parts is to optimize your title in a state of situation where the customer sees your features. It's not about the most relevant word should be at the beginning. No, the highest click afforded parts should be at the beginning of the title where the customer can see them. That's why we have a preview for it. And of course, what we have done, we have built our list. You can go into all that lists, e-commerce list for pay-as-you share. We've worked with that before, and you can directly start. And if you are absolutely lazy, you can, of course, autofill, and you will directly see how many search volume is covered, how many buying power is covered with just that search terms in the backend on the left side, where will get erased, of course. And you can set a lot of more interesting ideas. You can only optimize for buying power if you are into it, if you want, and you can switch with different behaviors. And let's say the title I'm seeing here, balcony, chairs, and table. Yeah, just start to write, enter it. You will directly see how the search volume, the frequency, and buying behavior changes, and you can just add the next words. I really, really, really like that. It's much more easier and faster. And as I said, the flat file is directly and complete uploaded in that scenario, and you can directly upload your listing with one process. Yeah, and that's the reason why we are offering all that parts of download with keywords, with ASINs. You can download all the data. On the other side, you can work in the tool. It's a perfect cycle of work in progress. On the other side, if you're more into it, we have an API, I think one of the nicest APIs where you can directly get connected to all that data. If you want to write your data outside, a lot of big brands are using it to building up their listings much more easier, faster, and more data-based. That's the idea behind it. But at the end, you will always find a download button or an adjust button with more sections, and you can set your settings as you want. Also, the columns and rows, you can sort them, filter them, or build them as you want. If you're not focusing on the different variation types, get rid of it. If you are not want to see the titles, get rid of it. If you're not interested in how many different sellers are there, how many search results are shown, get rid of it, only focusing on revenue share, buying power, search volume if you're in it and you like it. You can go for all that stuff. That means typically we are adjustable for your behavior. Of course, everybody has a different strategy. Maybe you're looking for SEO optimization. You need other data than for PPC optimization. And that's the deal. You can adjust everything. You can download everything, but you don't need to in the normal working process.
All right.
Sorry for a long answer for that short question.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, there is one question, Christian, for you. Like you said, search volume doesn't matter a lot. Does reviews matter? Because what we do here when we are going to select a product to sell, usually we say if there are 4 or 5 sellers, those more than 1000 reviews, 4 or 5 sellers, if we have in the top 10, then we have to rethink to sell this product basically. So we usually reject that product. So what do you think? It's a good move to do that, to see the competition. If reviews are more than 1000 or 2000 or 3000, and there may be sellers having 8000 or 10,000 reviews. So should we consider it, or we should see our budgets and how long we can compete with these guys to be ranked on the first page, on the top? So what we should?
First, it depends on marketplace. Absolutely crystal clear. Amazon.com, the biggest Amazon marketplace, millions and millions and millions of Prime users. Germany's second largest marketplace with, I think, 39 million Amazon members. And the problem here is the number of reviews. Amazon has offered that data, I think, two or 3 years ago. You need more than 20 reviews to get the perfect conversion rate. So the conversion rate will raise, but after 20 reviews, you will not see any more behavior in conversion rate. And normally, the customer is not judging it by the number of reviews. The number of stars in average, yes, from 3.5 and more, you're seeing that all the time. But at the end, for that scenario, we have built it up a category analysis. Sorry to share my screen again, but it's the easiest way to answer your question. I've prepared something here. You can go through any category on Amazon. On all the marketplaces, you just have to enter the browse node ID or the category here. You will directly see the sales data for the last 30 days. You can adjust it by your own. And now we are only focusing on the top 100 products, but we have more details for that if it comes to more. We are not only talking about the reviews. Reviews are here. So ratings, normally, the ratings are 4 stars. That is the standard rating for sold products. What we have done here is build up a difference between listed products in the category versus sold products. And what we are seeing here is the most average of 44% are between 2,400 and 14,000 reviews. Sold 30%, 40, sorry. If it comes to more reviews, we are selling 38%. It's okay. But with less than 400 reviews, you can still make sales. And the interesting part, of course, is you can just click on it, take that ESINs in reverse lookup and have a deeper look where the sales are coming from. The main problem, and as I said, download, adjust as all the time as we talked about before. You can directly open up that products which are making sales under that category and with that number of reviews, and we can figuring directly out where the organic sales are coming from. Normally, it's not based because of the reviews. The reviews are just a part of the purchase process. Yes, we are looking on them, but normally we are not looking at the number. We are looking at the yellow stars, and we have built it up a scientific report for that. And what we have seen in our data from 50 reviews on, you are not seeing any specific behavior in sales rank. You are not seeing any specific behavior in number of keywords, in average position under keywords. So you don't always need to look on it. The other aspect is, as I've said at the beginning, as we are not knowing how our competitor is bringing and focusing traffic on that listing, influencers and all that stuff, black hat tactics also for reviews, or maybe he's just using Amazon wine. You cannot judge a listing by the reviews. For that, additionally, we have built it up a quite good scenario. I just want to show you on Amazon.be. It's more easier in that situation for me, for myself. But we have built it up a KPI for it. In our extension, it's called reviews per day. Reviews per day. We are making one review per day. We are only making half a review per day. We are making 1.7 reviews per day since we have launched. There are always scenarios that a new launched product has a higher number of reviews per day. Advertising, specific launch strategies with newsletters. And here, that product only 0.1 review per day, but one of the top sellers. If you're looking at a bestseller, 0.5, 1, 0.5, 0.1. But Amazon Choice, one of most founded product under when it comes to number of keywords. And that's the idea behind it. You need to understand what the data is meaning at the end, and only a number of reviews doesn't make any sense. You can look in the, for example, categories like garlic press. Some of the products are there since 10 years, and they have built up their revenues 8 years ago. And since 8 years, they are not making any revenues anymore. It's an absolutely indicator that that niche is open for new product, new color, new handle, new equipped functions. A few guys have disrupted the market. Free2, Oxo, they have gone directly in the market.
Yeah.
And you only need to focus on what is the relevance, what is the need from the customer behavior, content relevance analysis, Q&A reading, review reading, and understanding or entities, as we have shown with Analyze. And if you find the sweet spot of customer behavior, the reviews doesn't matter. Because if you solve a problem, the customer will purchase your product.
Right. So it makes right. So very well explained, Christian. It was really a good session. I hope for our audience and people who will see the recording later on. And thanks for your time. And hopefully we will see you again here by that time. Do you have videos regarding your tool, how to use it, and something? You have some tutorials? Right.
Yeah, of course. We have a YouTube channel. We have opened up our English YouTube channel that year. We have over 400 videos for the German-based audiences. But we also offer support calls where we can directly book a Calendly call and get into our tool. We have webinars in English and, of course, German. And we have released a lot of new videos for that stuff I've shown you, but not as complicated as it sounds. Of course, we are working with a really, really cool person with it. You can find us on YouTube, Analyze, our English channel, and you will see how easy it is to find that relevant words, revenue share, keywords, ASINs, and that specific look for entities. One of my favorites. Of course, I've developed it with our team. And yeah, feel free to get in contact with us, of course, and we will find an answer for all your problems.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christian. Thank you so much. And hopefully
Thank you
all
for your time.
enjoyed this session. We will see you again. Bye.
Bye.